I saw it as basically a way for cheap therapy. Is what is it? People will pay me to do this and tell them my problems as opposed to I have to pay a therapist to listen to them. Plus, it feels better to be laughed at than the like pandering. No, you can do better. But that's about it. Terrible. I bombed horribly the first time I did stand up. I did so bad that a guy, it was at the Lion's Lair, I think on a Tuesday open mic in Denver, and I was doing so bad that a guy came in from the street and started selling crack rocks to the front row. And so the whole time I was just nervously sputtering. He's like, "Who wants some crack rock?" And it's like, "So pineapples are weird." I did terrible first time on stage, but yeah, it was not a good feeling. I didn't do stand up for like 5 months after that. This Has to Be Funny by Mark Maron is one I listen to a lot because it helped me figure out I don't have to do one-liner setup. I can talk or that way, and this comedy can be more free-form like that. Bill Hicks did a similar thing for me. Same thing with Maria Bamford. Unwanted Thoughts Syndrome is another one of my favorites. Just the writing is so good and really comes from a deeper place than just Popeye's chicken and stool fucking. So yeah, I'm trying to think of one more. So I have Mark Maron, Maria Bamford, and Monster by Dylan Moran is one of my all-time favorites. I just love that because everything he says on first glance seems random, and then once you consider it and kind of pick it apart, it's actually a perfect metaphor for what he's talking about. Same thing with Patrice O'Neill, Elephant in the Room. His ability to work an audience still amazes me. I wish I had 1/10 of that confidence. Most of the movies I've watched that make me laugh the hardest aren't really comedies. Goodfellas really cracks me up. That movie, and Joe Pesci is amazing. His character is so funny and dark. It starts out as like a clown that develops into a monster. So it's that one's really funny. I'm trying to think of what other movies I watched that I would consider funny because I don't really watch comedies very often. I think the last one I saw was The Hangover. But as far as just favorite movies in general, I love Scott Pilgrim versus the Universe is my favorite movie of all time still because Edgar Wright is probably my favorite director because he just makes movies for people with ADD. Like just sounds and lights and buzzes. And after that, probably 2001: A Space Odyssey, because in that movie Stanley Kubrick holds a shot the longest, so it's so uneasy to watch, like even longer than The Shining. But other than that, yeah. I grew up with The Whitest Kids You Know as a sketch show that me and all my friends watched, and after returning to it, a lot of it doesn't hold up. A lot of it is, poop and fart and blah blah. But there's a bunch of sketches in that show that are still really brilliant and come from a very intelligent and funny place. So you kind of have to pick through. But I notice if I show that sketch show to people who aren't in my age group, they don't understand. They don't get it at all. It's kind of a Ren and Stimpy-esque off the wall. As far as sitcoms, I haven't really watched a sitcom ever. Um, Not in recent years. I grew up watching Sanford and Son a lot, and Red Fox, because we didn't have we had like free TV, so it was kind of whatever came on there. So I'd watch, and this is in the '90s, so Seinfeld, Friends, Frasier, and then Sanford and Son reruns. And since then, I don't have a TV, but I go and see movies a lot. But yeah, those are the big four, probably because they're the only ones I've seen. I'm trying to think of who I'd like to talk to the most. Those would be fun. I'd love to go on tour with Chris. That would be awesome. I'd like to say Joey Diaz, but I always feel like that'd be a little too crazy. I don't know. I haven't thought about who I'd like to go on tour with. I mostly just focus on what I'm doing now because I'm pretty small time. But yeah, maybe Mark Maron. First is Dylan Moore and second is Patrice O'Neill, and they're always on my list, like neck and neck. Which makes me think if Patrice O'Neill had been alive for 3 more days, he would have had the #1 spot in the bracket. Because Dylan Moran, with like 5 specials and a very long career, is still just barely above Patrice O'Neill dying with 1 special. So, but it's Dylan Moran, Patrice O'Neill, Mark Maron is probably third. Keep talking about Mark Maron, god damn it. And 4 and 5 are always switching, kind of depending on who I just saw that was the most brilliant. But right now it'd probably be Maria Bamford and Kurt Metzger. Kurt Metzger is a really great joke writer. I'm always amazed at his stuff. I like stand-up. Stand-up's my favorite. I don't see any other form of comedy being or outweighing that. I'd like to work with film and direct stuff, but that's still a side hobby more than anything. I really like stand-up is where I get the most fun. Someone asked me that the other day too. It keeps coming up. I don't know. I had an idea when I was 20 years old. Now I'm about to turn 24. But my 5-year plan, if I can call it that, was I heard Hannibal Buress just got a plane ticket to New York and lived on a subway for a while till he figured it out. And I don't even know if that story's true. I never looked into it. My buddy just told me that. And I thought, oh, great 5-year plan. If I turn 25 and I have nothing going on in Colorado, I'm just going to jump ship and buy a plane ticket and fire off into space and be homeless till something happens. But now I'm a year away from that, now realizing that my 5-year plan is coming to a head. So now it's more of a 1-year plan. If I'm not doing something that's actually starting to look like a career, then I'll probably be homeless in New York trying to get up and do spots. But yeah. I have a Twitter account. It's at Nyland_Vigil. That's NYLAND_VIGIL. And I just set it up yesterday, and I just post jokes. About 80% of them aren't funny, but I'm just using it as a writing prompt right now. So yeah, if anyone wants to find me, you can find me there. My favorite thing, my favorite reaction to get out of an audience, even more than laughing, is I've gotten it 3 times so far, and it's where I'll do a joke to complete silence, but not the that bomb silence, like just an unease kind of drawn in breath silence, and then one guy in the back go, "What the fuck?" I've gotten that 3 times, and it's my favorite thing. So that's always kind of what I'm going for. So takeaway, I haven't really thought about what they should take away from the show, but the takeaway that I seem to get from audiences is, wow, that was really funny, but I hope he's okay. So I'm just going to keep going for that. Nyland Vigil. Check out my new view on acutepie.com. It's been rad.